Hello, everybrony! Welcome back to another Monday night podcast. I am here with Subtly Awkward, Soundspeed, and Digibrony. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yo, bitches.
Brilliant.
Aw, that was blunt.
Children are watching this show.
I hope not.
Oh, yeah, they probably not. Okay, straight to the first topic.
Kids don't like My Little Pony, that's retarded.
I just agreed on that. Heyo. Yeah, first topic is, what messages do you think is given with MLP?
Like as an overall theme?
Like, what sort of messages did you get from MLP when you watched it?
Friendship is magic.
Yeah.
I got that was the message I got.
Okay. Well then. I guess I'll start. I think, from other than the princess thing, which is a whole nother tirade I'll get into later, I think it's supposed to be showing girls that they can be whatever they want to be. It's one of those shows that's tackling feminism in the right way, where girls can do any job, girls can be anything they want to be, and nothing can stop them. It's friendship is magic, but it's also, hey, girls, you want to be this? Well, go right ahead and do it.
Like, you can achieve your dream if you try, sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Like, your ultimate goal.
You don't gotta be bound by, like, gender constraints and all that.
Yeah. So, what I got from it was just the simple thing, love and tolerate.
Yeah.
That's the sort of message I sort of got from it.
I don't know.
Especially after the second time Discord was seen when he got reformed.
Yeah.
So, that's when I truly felt that message.
I guess I don't necessarily feel messages from the show. I don't really go into it like looking for that kind of thing or like feeling that thing coming out. I just in general from shows I don't usually get a sort of message, probably because I'm too busy thinking of it in this like uber analytical sense where I'm like looking at the animation and all that stuff and just thinking about all this other stuff beyond the actual point. It's funny because every episode of MLP customarily ends with a literal message where they send one to the princess, or it's like, this is what the moral of the episode is. And I've I've always kind of noticed this, but I completely zone out in those scenes. Anytime they're sending a message to Princess Celestia, I cannot tell you what any of the letters that they've written are, except for the one where Applejack didn't learn anything. That's the only one I remember. It's like,
I was about to say, too, like...
yeah, that's the only one. And, like, in spite of the fact that I can extensively quote this show, I could not possibly quote for you any message that they sent. And it's so weird because people will bring it up sometimes and they'll say, oh, what did you think of the message? And I'll go, what was the message? There was a message? I don't remember that. And I even realized that the same thing happened when I watched Double Rainboom. Because, like, in the comments of my Double Rainboom video, people are like, well, what about the message at the end? And I was like, oh, she wrote one, didn't she? You know, it's really strange. I don't know why I tuned those out.
You see, now you've got me thinking about it. It's like, I don't remember any of them either.
Yeah, they just don't. I don't know. They just don't register with me for some reason.
They're pretty easy.
I guess
They're
it's
kind of
because
like...
as an older fan, I don't need it spelled out. So like I already got it, and so that's just kind of, you know, what's the redundant?
Redundant?
Yeah. Soundspeed, you have a interpretation of the message of the show?
Well, I could, but I don't really pay attention to it very often.
Yeah.
Probably not for the same reasons as you, where you go into it sort of super analytical. I just don't really care by the end.
Yeah.
It's less about the
And
message.
that's also
for me.
it there, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's less about the message for me so much as it is about the entertainment, just kind of out of watching it. Like, I don't watch it for some kind of huge moral purpose, just kind of because I think it's funny.
Yeah. It's just a fun show, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go into any show expecting some kind of moral to come out of it, you know, so...
Yeah.
Okay, Soundspeed, I'm pretty much in the same boat.
Sorry for my coughing, by the way. I have actually got a terrible cold and I'm surviving somehow.
Allergies.
It's not allergies. I told you this. I have the common cold that is just supersized.
He's allergic to the cold.
Probably.
With his luck.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Okay. Does anyone else want to add anything else? before we
Nope.
move on? Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Going
I didn't
once,
learn anything.
Going twice. And we move on. Okay. Topic 2 is: do you think Fluttershy is their version of the crazy cat lady, but without the crazy?
The crazy's there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's that-
crazy. I'm certain
Galloping
the
Gala?
crazy.
Hello?
Well, I didn't think the Galloping Gala counted, because all she wanted was just love, and she didn't get any. And she just
Yeah,
lost the
but when
plot.
you don't get any love, it's not healthy to lose your mind. That's the
I
kind
mean,
of
people
stuff
say,
that gets you in jail.
people say that like Pinky went crazy in Party of One, but she only did that because her friends weren't hanging out with her. So,
Yeah.
Nah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
Pinky-
she was talking to a bucket of, was it turnips? Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
But you know, Pinky's crisis was a lot more intense. It's like she thinks her best friends have betrayed her. Fluttershy just can't get a few animals to like her. She's like losing her mind over it.
but that's like the only thing she's good at because it's like
yeah, I
if,
guess that
if there's
would be. Yeah, can you think of an example of something like that?
well, I mean, it's like if a guy's sitting there playing like the trombone his entire life and he sucks at
Yeah.
literally everything else and he's only good at playing the trombone, and one day somebody steals his trombone, he's
Yeah.
gonna lose his shit because he can't do anything
Or
else.
better yet, it's because if somebody stole his trombone, that's not really his problem. It's more like if he had been playing lots of different trombones and came across one he just couldn't play. I think that would be
yeah.
like a more like he he thinks he's so good at it, and yet here comes this trombone, and it's like he is so confounded by this particular trombone, he just cannot fathom how to play it, and he becomes enraged. I believe that's more like what Fluttershy experiences here.
That's a pretty apt comparison.
Oh, it's kind of me with the game.
It always
Red
comes
or-
back to the Pinkie Pie went crazy and talked to turnips, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In every
Every
sense. When you talk,
podcast.
well, when you talk about crazy, you're going to expect that to pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
You've got.
But as for being a crazy cat lady, I think the implication of what a crazy cat lady is sort of like dependency. Like when it's like when you just kind of become distanced and estranged from humanity. Like you're just not normal or fitting in with society, and you really just take refuge in the companionship of a cat that doesn't judge you or think anything about you. And so you're just
So
like, I
wait.
have to surround myself with loving
Every internet
animals.
Person's
You
a
know.
crazy cat lady.
Well, I mean, most of us connect with other people on the internet, but a cat can't judge you. People on the internet are going to judge you just like normal people do, but a cat just doesn't care. It just loves you because you take care of it, and as far as it's concerned, you're great. It doesn't care about your weirdness, So a crazy cat lady will seek the companionship of all these animals that love her just because and don't care about her social inabilities. So with Fluttershy, she is super shy and doesn't connect with people very well. So that kind of is similar to being a crazy cat lady, and she has the dependency of all these animals, but I also think that she does have friends, and she does have the animals really rely on her. Whereas a crazy cat lady, you kind of feel like she's capturing the cats, like
Yeah.
she's drawing them into her world. Whereas Fluttershy is like legitimately caretaking for these animals, helping them to not be scared of pony society. I think it's sort of like the way that the fact that the animals are scared in this world is kind of like think about human society being built, because I've wondered about why it is that the animals need Fluttershy, because they obviously existed before she was around, but maybe it's like because pony society is growing and sort of encroaching on the animals' homes, like how humanity would be like deforesting and taking over, and the animals are like, what do we do? And Fluttershy is like comforting them through that and helping them mesh with like the building of civilization or something. So I don't know how I got onto that train of thought, but basically, yeah, Fluttershy is kind of like really necessary to the animals, whereas a crazy cat lady is just like, I need companionship,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
the
I-
animals probably judge Fluttershy too. I mean, if you've seen Angel, he's kind of a
Yeah,
prick.
that's true. They are more judgmental than a crazy cat lady's cats. Although most of the animals just seem to totally worship Fluttershy. They're just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Harry
You
the
are
Bear,
so-
Pinky out.
except for like Angel, who just seems to just
He's just a
push her.
dick, like, really.
I mean, obviously he cares about her a lot. You know, he goes way out of his way to get back to her in Games Ponies. No, not Games. What's the one before that? Just for Sidekicks. You know,
And he sort of
yeah.
gives her a backbone.
he's just supposed to be a bratty kid. You know, like a kid who he really relies on his mom and loves her, but he's just a dick. So he treats her like shit. You know, because there's plenty of real children who are like that. Unfortunately, he's like Dennis the Menace or something. Just this asshole kid.
Actually, most of the time, Dennis the Menace wasn't being he was just being a kid and somehow got into trouble.
I don't really remember Dennis the Menace that well, but yeah.
I remember the movie of it, and he tied up a criminal and force-fed him like 7 cans of beans. That's like the one image I've got of that film in my head.
Well, now I've got the image of that one SpongeBob episode where they're force-feeding Mr. Krabs peas.
Oh.
Next topic.
Okay, yeah, so My Little Pony.
Yeah, so
God.
I've yeah, next topic. Yeah, just next topic. Oh, okay, there we go. Do you think it's crazy how some of these fan-made like stuff MLP is just so damn good?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of people with a lot of talent. I think more so than I've seen in a lot of other fandoms.
Mm.
Like the first creative thing I saw within the community was like the fanfics, like the books and all that. Then the next thing I started seeing was like the animation work.
Yeah.
Like the most recent one, of course, is like Double
Okay.
Rain Boom, which was just amazing in all aspects. Which
Yeah.
that guy just deserves a high five. And
Yeah,
more
I was
than that.
actually about to watch an interview with him that's going on right now on Everfree Network. I was just about to watch it when you finally called.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wow.
I'm sorry. I stopped you from your.
No, it's
entertainment.
fine. I wasn't that interested, but it's just they would
Yeah.
just happen to be going on.
Yeah. You know, funny story. The first My Little Pony related thing I ever saw was a video called "Friendship is Racist," and it was like the CMC sitting around the table, you know, like when they first meet. But then they put on like KKK hoods, and instead of calling themselves the Freedom Arts Crusaders, it's like spliced to say, "How about the KKK?" And then everybody's like, "Yeah!" They walk off and they got the hoods. And it's so great. Like, I
Oh my
can't
God.
explain.
Oh, I'm surprised I've never seen that. That sounds awesome.
It's got like 200,000 views.
Oh god.
The first MLP thing I ever saw, before I had any idea what the show was. Ooh, sorry, burps. The first thing I saw was the song "Fuck Shit Stack," done with
Done by Flutter
So
Guy, yeah.
fuck shit.
yeah, that was classic, and I had no idea what the show was or anything about it. I never heard of it. My friend just showed me that. I had never heard the song either, so my friend was just like, "Here's this song," and some pony singing it, and I was like, "This is phenomenal." The lip sync was perfect.
I know. Oh god. I know this is kind of like territory, but if any of you have seen that one like "Hey Yeah 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 Yeah" video,
Yeah.
like the lip sync in that is just freakishly good. Like, oh my god.
Hey,
Hey yeah 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 yeah.
hey, hey, yay.
I said hey.
Well, vocals from Digibrony and Soundspeed, everybody. Enjoy while you can.
Nah.
We'll stop
Oh.
there. We end up doing the
Final.
song.
That would just be the funniest thing ever. Like, just cut out a little section to make sure we make it look like we skipped ahead and we're all just singing. Oh dear.
gracious.
Lord.
So anyway, my input on this, it's interesting because the Brony fandom, obviously, it's got a hell of a lot of stuff, but it's actually not completely unique in this. There's one other fandom that matches it for sheer quantity and quality of content, and that's the Touhou fandom. I don't,
yeah.
Touhou?
yeah,
Oh, I know
Touhou-
all about Touhou.
yeah, it's a Japanese series of games that it's
They're
from a
like
genre
top-down
called-
shooters, right?
Yeah, they're top-down shooters from a genre called bullet hell, where basically the idea is that there's just the screen is completely full of bullets, and you're just trying to like dodge them all, and while like returning fire on the enemies. So you have to be like really quick thinking and tactical. They're extremely difficult games. I mean, they usually have like an easy mode, which is what I can play on and still not beat it. But you know, people who are really into Touhou play it on these super high difficulties. But what's interesting about Touhou fandom is that it started off with each game will have like a bunch of characters. It'll be like each boss. And the characters will show up for like 2 lines of dialogue before you fight them. It'll be like a picture of the character. They'll say a couple of things that just kind of establishes their personality. And then you fight them. And then afterwards they say like 2 more lines and then they're gone. And that's it. So they have the equivalent amount of like personality in the game as like a background pony in MLP. But then the fandom explodes with them and just makes all this content just like the background ponies in MLP. Like if you imagine that like every character in Touhou has as much attention as like the big 6 background ponies, you know, with like the early Touhou characters, like the ones from the earlier games would be like the Vinyl Scratch and Derpy of that universe, whereas like the newer games, the characters won't have as much attention, but you know, there's so much, and Touhou's been around long enough that, like, I mean, I think My Little Pony fandom will get to this point, but we've only been around for 3 years. Touhou has that same level of content production, but they've been around for over 10 years. So there's a lot of it out there. There's a universe of fan-created content. Yeah. It does the remix stuff too, because the songs in the games are these like really memorable and complex songs, and people will rearrange them on every kind of instrument imaginable. You know, there's thousands and thousands of Touhou remixes out there. Definitely a lot more than even Brony remixes. I know that sounds impossible, but there are people who they'll often put out files or folders that I haven't heard what size they're at in the past like 3 years, but I know that 3 years ago they would release literally 300 gig folders of just Touhou music that people would download, and that's a lot of Touhou music, you know. Yeah. There's lots of fan-made games and stuff, and tons of fan-made animations and stuff like that. So this is exactly like what My Little Pony became, and those are the only 2 fandoms I know of that are quite like that, where it's just so much stuff gets created out of thin air. You know, with Touhou it's particularly amazing because there are no major characters. There is no main 6 of Touhou. It's just every character is someone who shows up for 2 seconds and then has this gigantic fandom, you know. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to compare the 2 fandoms.
It's pretty funny. I saw a post on 4chan once, and it was like they were on the MLP board on 4chan. They were like, "Are there any Touhou fans up in MLP? Let's see how the West girly magical fan-fueled kingdom matches up with the East's magical fan-filled kingdom." You know?
Yeah. Definitely, I'd be one of the crossover fans. I've been into Touhou for quite a while.
So I took a little dab in Touhou, but it was freakishly hard, and I couldn't get into the characters. So,
yeah, I mean, it's really what's interesting about it is that more because with My Little Pony, even though there is so much fan content, I think just about everyone is into the show. You know, I mean, I have heard of people who just listen to pony music and they're just like really into it and don't really care about the show, but those are like the minority, you know. Whereas in Touhou fandom, there are a significant number of fans who don't care about the games, who've never played them, just because there's so much else to the characters and stuff from the fandom where you can just read comics and just read like look at pictures and stuff, you know. Because I was a fan of it before I even found out that there were games. I already was into the character Remelia Scarlet, who's like this vampire girl, and I just thought she was so cool from seeing pictures of her, and I was like, dude, this character design is awesome. And then I was like, oh, she's from a game. Oh, the game's pretty cool, you know, but I suck at it, so I mostly just watch all the cool videos and songs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to check out this. What's it called? Touhou, did you say?
Touhou.
Yeah, just Google that. You'll probably get the Touhou wiki first things first, and that's the best place to start. Because the thing about Touhou is because there is, I mean, you can play the games, but you won't like get it just by playing the games. You won't get why there's such a fandom or anything. Whereas like with MLP, you can watch the show and you're already clued in. You know, you go into the fandom and you go, oh, I've seen the show, so I mostly understand all of this. If you just play the games with Touhou and then jump into the fandom, you're gonna be like, yeah, I still don't get why this is happening. You know.
Yeah.
So, it takes like a long period of indoctrination where it's not so much about like there being a central thing that everyone cares about. It's just like everyone has their own reason that they're into Touhou. You know, some people just like one character or one game or something. You know, like I only have like probably 4 or 5 characters that I know really well, and the rest of them I have no idea. You know, I'll see pictures of something and I can tell it's Touhou just because of the art style, because they always have like the same sort of wavy hair and they're always wearing a hat. Like that's a rule in Touhou, is like every character has a hat. But other than that, you know, I'll see the bushy hats and I'll go, oh, that's probably a Touhou character. But I have no idea who it is, what game they're from, anything like that, you know. And I've totally derailed this into Touhou's. That's why I wanted to go last on this topic. By the way, I believe we lost Subtly Awkward. Are you back?
Yeah, I think she's back.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, you're here.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure you were still there.
It looks like you're having some...
Well, my internet faded out. Then I had to mute because I had to go do something, so meh.
Yeah.
Just simple.
Were you confused when you came back and we were all talking about fuzzy hats and Touhous and stuff?
I knew about the Touhou. I missed the fuzzy hat part.
Wait, we were talking about fuzzy hats.
Well, more like frumpy hats, but whatever. They all wear hats. That's what matters.
I must have spaced out somewhere then. Oh dear. That's not a good thing. Also, with some of the MLP games that, like, Flash games that are out, like, some of them are really well done. And even the ones that don't look well done, like, you gotta think how much time it would have taken to do that. And, like, all the MLP content that's in other games, like, in, like, Gary's mod, you can actually download all of the, like, the basics and more, like, models.
I'm actually a little surprised that there aren't more big MLP games. Like, cause like when I heard about Fighting is Magic, that totally matched up with like the kind of games that come out for Touhou, and that Touhou franchise has like a lot of fan-made games. Like every year at Comic Festival in Japan, there'll be like a bunch of them come out that are all of that kind of quality level. So it's weird that, I mean, because there's been a few of them that are in the works, but they all seem to be like, is this ever going to come out? You know, or are they still working on it?
Well, considering the fact that Hasbro likes to be mean and take everything down.
But I think there's only been 2 games that they've cease and desisted, right? It was like the one that was MLP Online, and then Fighting is Magic, and now Fighting is Magic is alive in another way.
I got so angry when I first heard that Hasbro like stopped their development. I was like, why? They're not going to make a profit from it.
I'm super excited about it now, though. You know.
Yeah, haven't they got like a whole new like range of characters? Like, didn't Lauren Faust like make them?
Yeah, Lauren Faust has made them. She's made them new characters, and they basically showed the silhouettes of 3 characters and their llamas. So
they're llamas.
It's still 4-legged animals, which means that it'll be so easy to just put in ponies instead. You know, like you can easily just go into the image codes and just be like, I'll replace all the llamas with ponies, you know, because it's a PC game. It's super easy to mod it, you know, and if it's still 4-legged characters, then it's still going to be the same, you know, the same sort of animation. So it'll be really easy to just swap out ponies and bam, you've got the pony game again, you know. So that should be awesome.
It's just having the smarts to do it though.
Yeah, and the coolest thing is that they've now got they now are using the engine from the game Skullgirls, which is like one of the coolest fighting games I know of. Because they were using an engine that was like really basic. It's just like a free fighting game build thing that that anybody could use. And they were like, it's serviceable, but it's not like the best. And then the team that makes the game Skullgirls were doing this big Kickstarter project, and they set as one of their goals, like, if we reach this goal, we're going to give the engine to Fighting is Magic so that they can use it. And they reached that goal thanks to Bronies, and now Fighting is Magic gets to have this kick-ass fighting system. So now it's going to be like a tournament class fighting game that fighting gamers are going to get really excited about. So yeah, I think that there's still a lot of life left in that project.
Did any of you actually get to play the beta for Fighting is Magic before he got taken down?
I never did, because I was like, I'd rather wait for it to be fully released, but then
and then bam.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually got the beta right here on my computer, and I haven't played it in quite a while, but when I first got it, I can tell you that the game, like, the way the special move works with, like, all the characters was really well done. The way it works was just brilliant, even for, like, a first out beta. It's just absolutely magical. Okay. Anyone else want to add anything in?
Well, was even the question?
It was. Do you think it's crazy how? Well, what? Yes,
How
Oh,
well-
yeah, okay, I was here for that. Never mind.
Yes, Soundspeed. We can hear you. Wait, no, we can't. Wait,
no, I
speak.
can't.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
now I hear.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, we can
Yes,
hear you now.
hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
We hear
Can
you.
you hear us?
Can...
It's freaking out. I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you as well.
My mic is like...
I hear you just fine.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, my mic was freaking the fuck out. I was really worried.
What was
It's
that?
okay.
Because it's like
I
a
stayed
light.
out for like 10 minutes, so...
There was like a light on there that always turns on when it's plugged into my computer, but it was freaking the hell out. The light was like blinking on and off really fast, and it's not supposed to do that. And I got really worried. Now the light's just off, but I guess it still works, so...
Soundspeed's computer blows up.
It's a time bomb.
Yeah.
Damn. My throat really hurts. Ah. Okay.
Nope, this is a clean podcast. You never stay calm.
Oh, come on. Duh. So, did anyone else want to add anything in before I move on?
Nope.
No? Soundspeed? Anything? Nope? Yes?
Nah, not
Did we
really.
lose you again? Okay, no, he's here.
Subtly? Awkward? You?
I'm
Anything?
good.
Okay. Next topic is, do you think Hasbro will make an MLP movie?
I was
They
already
announced
commenting
one.
on it that the two-parters are technically already movies.
I mean, like, a full, like, sort of, like, proper sort of movie, if you know what I mean.
In theaters?
Well, probably not at that scale, but...
Because they already announced a TV movie.
Did they?
Yeah, they announced that, they said, or I don't know if it was like a proper announcement, but I remember them saying a few months ago, they were like, yeah, we're going to do a movie, and they said it would be like in the summer or something like that, which led a lot of people to speculate that it would be somehow related to Equestria Girls, which I don't even think is real at this point, so,
There's been
We all
so much
hope.
dislike.
We all hope that, dude. We all hope that.
Has anyone
I'm
actually...
fairly, I feel it because they put out, like, Hasbro put out a thing that was, like, here's all the stuff that we're going to be making in the next year, and Equestria Girls was not on there. So, and there's never been an official statement from Hasbro that was like, yeah, we're making this. Like, the original announcement that everybody read was from some, like, German animation convention, you know? So everyone's like, I don't even think this is a show. I think it's just probably a toy line, and people just mistook it for a show.
That'd be
It's even
much
stupider
more-
if it's just a toy line.
Yeah. But the artwork
Well,
was
with a
just...
show like this, there's always a ton of weird toy lines that come out of these shows. Like, if you look at old Hasbro series like Transformers and stuff like that, there'd always be these expansive toy lines that never, like, all these characters that were never in the show that are the main characters, but now they're in some weird extra form, and there's always been stuff like that for kids shows, so it's not surprising at all that they would think of something like this for a toy line.
But... I just got no comment for the Equestria Girls. It's just... That is my comment. It's just me raging in
You know,
the
when I
word
first
of...
saw the design, when I first saw the designs, I was like, this probably won't be good, but I'm okay with it. But then I saw the updated designs where they had the tattoo on the face, and I was like, I can't look at that, you know? I can't. Why on the face? Why?
It's Spike.
Better than...
Spike was a dog.
Why not on the shoulder or something?
Yeah, just
That would
anywhere
make more
but
sense.
the face, you know?
Well, maybe
Just
not anywhere,
Get a
but...
fucking necklace with the cutie mark. Like, why do they need it in anywhere on their? Jesus Christ!
I have
It
actually...
feels what it feels like is they're trying to do an anime show and failing at it miserably.
I have no idea.
I can tell you that probably no one will watch that if it did become an anime show.
I think we will. I'll watch it if they make it a show. I'm gonna have to watch it because I mean I'm not gonna watch the whole thing if it sucks, you know. But I'm gonna be like, it's MLP related. I'm gonna give it a chance, you know. I've watched plenty of bad stuff just because it's MLP related. So yeah.
I'll probably just wait for you to watch it and then you just tell me whether or not it was good.
Yeah.
You never know, they could probably bring it through. Okay. Anyone else want to add anything else to that? No? Alrighty then. Okay, that is all for the topics for now. And we're on to the 3 Q&A questions that I have. Which 2 of them are not even relevant to MLP at all. Unless they're just extremely random. But we're going to start off with the MLP one anyway. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Not it.
Not it.
Soundspeed is the winner. Soundspeed?
Is he there?
Oh no.
He probably shouted out, not it. As well.
Nope, we cannot hear him. So, not it. That leaves you.
Not
So.
again. He can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Okay.
Did you hit the mute button, dude?
Oh, yes, I hear sound.
I heard something.
Hello.
Ah,
Hi.
hear you.
We hear you now.
Wait, no, it's
No,
really
it's
quiet.
very quiet. We heard a lot of grotesque noises also.
I what the fucking over here because my normal microphone just fucking like died on me. Now I'm using my really shitty headset mic and it's not working, dude.
Everything hates you.
I'm really sad because I've had this thing for more than a year now and it never stopped working. But
Oh,
Do you want me to ship you a microphone?
yes, please.
you can ship me one. I've got like some shitty £1 thing. I got it from the 99p store. That's how cheap I am.
It's working better than Soundspeed's.
I'm very upset by this because how am I gonna record shit if it sounds like shit?
Well, I don't know. Your mic doesn't actually sound too bad, to be honest.
Oh god.
Oh, now there's really bad sounds.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's better.
That
Let's get
sounds
through
great.
this before his mic decides to blow up.
Okay, so
Yeah, ask him the Q&A question.
okay, we're gonna start with you, Soundspeed, because we're afraid you will break again.
Okay.
Okay, so you should have already read this one. Is if you woke up one morning laying in the middle of the street in Ponyville, what's the first thing you'll do?
Well, I mean, that kind of depends on what the situation I am. I mean, like, am I wearing clothes? Am I okay?
Let's just say you're wearing clothes. Please just say that.
Okay.
Wait, but if he's a pony, it doesn't matter. What?
No, but I'm suggesting that like if you went to bed and just woke up like as a human in your pajamas, we're just gonna say you wear pajamas even if you don't, because
Dude, I'm wearing them right now.
well, so am I. So hey ho.
So am I, actually. What are the pajama club?
Dude, it's 6:29. Why are you guys in PJs?
It's almost
Well,
Pajama party.
I have an excuse. It's almost midnight from where I am.
I exclusively wear pajama pants.
It's like hot as hell over here in Texas. I don't want to wear real clothes.
It's hot as hell here, too. In Virginia.
I'm fucking freezing. It's fucking snowing.
Oh my god. And we're having like a heat wave today.
Yeah, can we
Oh.
like trade places?
Sure,
like
I would fucking gladly trade places.
It's like easily 75 or so here, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's probably like
Oh,
minus.
Fahrenheit.
4.
I realize that you probably don't use the Fahrenheit system, so 75
Yeah,
probably
he
does not
doesn't.
mean much.
Customary measurements because fuck the rest of the world. Oh. So yeah, what would I do? I'd probably go ahead and check if they have metric in Ponyville, and if they don't, I would not tell them that metric is a thing. Because metric is cancer. We're gonna stop that shit.
Hey.
You're just upset because you You don't know how to use metric.
How do you think I feel when I have to use a recipe that says 1 cup? I haven't got a clue what that means. I think I have to just get a coffee mug and just fill it up.
The cups versus ounces thing isn't that hard because none of us really know what a cup is like by sight, and most measuring cups have both on there, so it really doesn't matter. Or at least most measuring cups here have both on there.
Unless
but with
you
something
cook,
like
then you should know
Fahrenheit,
what cup is.
I know exactly what 75 degrees Fahrenheit feels like. If I try to translate that to Celsius, it just loses all meaning for me because I don't know what it is. You know, if you tell me, oh, it's 32 degrees Celsius, I'm like, is that hot? Is that cold? You know, I have no idea.
Yeah, when I think 32 degrees, I think that's like fucking freezing.
Exactly, that is the freezing point of liquid in Fahrenheit.
And
But
for Celsius, it's 0.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is more
It's
simple,
so
come to
different.
think of it.
Yeah, Celsius is. I mean, there's a reason it's a universal standard because it's good. It's just that we don't know it because we didn't grow up with it. You know.
'Cause America's just
Yeah,
like,
it's like-
no.
It's because you've
America.
always used your you've always used your cups and all that, like
Yeah.
the measurements in cups. It's like
I'm gonna order myself some British measuring cups so I have metric and.
Like I
Whatever,
said,
so-
most measuring cups I've seen have both on there. But for me, the biggest one is centimeters. I can never get that down because
you don't have centimeter rulers.
we do, but it's just that I can immediately cite what 5 feet looks like. I cannot cite at all. Like if you tell me 130 centimeters, I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I have no idea what that looks like. You know. I
Math
can
makes
only
my
tell you
brain
5
hurt.
feet. It's just a problem of, growing up, because they taught us this stuff in school, but it was like the 3rd grade where we've already spent the first 8 years of our life learning what feet look like, I mean, by the time I found out that centimeters exist, I had memorized the heights of like every dinosaur. So I
Wow.
could tell you that a T-Rex was 25 feet tall, but I had no idea what that meant in centimeters, So, like,
Well,
I was like super used to using using feet, and I was like, "What's this other thing out of nowhere?"
Like we do use feet as well, but our most common thing is using centimeters.
Yeah.
What is with
Unless-
boys and dinosaurs?
What
Jurassic
isn't with
Park
girls and
happened.
dinosaurs?
Shh, I love Jurassic Park. Shh.
Girls like dinosaurs, right? It's not just a guy thing.
I don't know. Most of the time, when you have little boys, it's always dinosaurs, and with girls, it's always some really odd thing.
Barbie.
I hated Barbies. I always ripped their heads off.
Love potions for old princesses and shit.
Did you used to do the
Oh, I
Digibrony
hate
thing?
female stereotypes for toys so much.
So
I think
Soundspeed.
most
It's
I think most girls probably like dinosaurs, and their parents just bought them dolls, and they went, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
But if you
I
had
had
bought them a
dinosaurs.
dinosaur, they would have been fine.
so
anyone
Soundspeed
there?
is. So Soundspeed is that going to be your answer for what you do? Just find out if they use the.
Metric, yeah.
Okay, so who's next out of Soundspeed and out of Subtly Awkward and Digibrony? Who's gonna go next?
Am I now Soundspeed fuck, or was that somebody else?
No, I meant to just say Digibrony and Subtly Awkward, but I said your
He's
name.
messing with you, Connor.
Oh, I'm ill. I can't think
Subtly,
straight.
I'll let you go if you'd like.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Oh,
Like, ladies first, gotta be polite.
wait,
Hey,
but
fuck you,
sound
dude.
speed went.
I mean,
Good lord.
Digibrony was being polite by letting ladies go first. We just made you go first because we were worried you would break. It's a fair
Hey,
system.
Just because I'm a lady doesn't mean I'm just gonna break on you.
Oh god. Okay,
Yeah.
so Subtly, do you want me to repeat the question or?
No, I'm trying to think. I would probably just hide in a bush and wait for it to either be over. I'd just be hiding in a bush trying to figure out. No, I would avoid the pony that's crazy about humans and go hide in Pinky's house.
Really?
Avoid her at all costs.
I don't think Pinky's house would be a very good place to hide.
No, neither would I.
I like Pinky.
You'd have more like hiding at Twilight's place. She's more sensible in this manner,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
She would probably poke me and try to and keep asking me questions that were confusing.
Well, what about Applejack then?
She would probably be very confused.
Oh, that's where I come in. See, what I would do is I would show up in Ponyville, and I'd be like, first I'd assess the situation. I'd be like, okay, what the hell is going on? Where am I? Do I need to be worried?
How
Quickly
high
figure
am
out like what is every pony's reaction? Like, are they trying to what are they thinking when they see me? So I would quickly try to find some way to integrate myself into pony society, because I'm assuming that I'm going to be here forever. I would be like, I need to get a house, get a job. I need to figure out where's my life gonna go from here. And then I'd start going to Applejack's house, and I'd be like, hey, Applejack, so how do you feel about other species? How do you feel about interspecies dating?
I smacked myself in the face.
It's the plot of Hands all over again.
Please continue. Please continue.
Oh, that was all I had to say.
No, keep going, please.
Yes.
I'm getting really invested.
Her sarcasm is just.
Oh,
Was that
Come on, man, you're like blue balling us here. You can't just leave us on that.
just leave us at a cliffhanger. Come on, finish the story.
on, so I can't continue with the hypothetical because I don't know what she's gonna respond. At that point, I'd be writing a fan fiction.
You should so write a fanfiction about that. And then quiet.
Yep.
We'll stay away from
I
it.
mean,
as
there's
far.
really nowhere we can go from there.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was like the
next
everything.
question.
Well, the next question is going to be for Soundspeed again, and it is: if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Dude, I'd be able to fly. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't? You can bypass traffic. You don't have to pay for a car, gas. You can make lots of
Maybe
money.
Buy a plane.
I wouldn't fly that high. It's not like Russia where the planes pretty much fly on the road.
Oh dear. Was that it? Is that all you can add?
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to fly.
Awesome. Okay. Subtly awkward.
I'm tied between reading minds and regeneration,
Interesting.
or Nightcrawler's ability, because that's pretty cool too.
Teleportation.
Except I don't tail. Well, maybe I wouldn't.
What's the reason why? Why would you want that ability?
Well, regeneration is cool because, dude, you get your arm chopped off, it grows back. Who doesn't want that? Reading minds to understand people better, and Nightcrawler's ability to teleport anywhere he wants to is kind of just awesome. It's kind of the same thing as flying without the risk of being hit by something, unless you teleport into a wall. Then that's a problem. But
How would that work on like your end? Would you have to be able to know where you're going, or?
yeah, I know. There's so many different interpretations of it. Like, there's Jumper, where he just needs a picture, and then there's Nightcrawler, where he explained he has to know what's behind the wall. I prefer Jumper's interpretation.
But what would you want more? The regeneration, the reading minds, or the teleportation?
Probably the teleportation, because then I could just go see my friends who are usually halfway across the world.
So using the jumper's interpretation of it.
Yeah. Just take a picture of your room, I'll jump there, be like, hey, let's do a video. Okay, I'll go home now.
I'm gonna have to clean it first though. Ow. Sorry,
Please do.
Mike is.
Or I'll end up cleaning it for you, and then you'll get annoyed with it.
Oh, that would actually annoy me very much. It's my mess. No one cleans my mess. It's my mess to clean. Okay, and Digibrony, same question. Wait, have you got anything else to add, or was that it?
That's it.
Okay.
I
Digibrony.
just want to be immortal. That's all I care about.
Being immortal.
I don't.
No, I
would
could not
not.
live forever.
No.
See, that's the exact thing I would go for, being immortal.
Really?
I don't know why, though.
Really, because the thing is, there is an infinite amount of media out there for me to consume, and I will not be satisfied until I have consumed everything. And since
And after
There's a-
you do, then what?
there never will be an after I do because there's a constant rate of production. People are always making stuff, so there's always stuff for me to look at, which means that there's always stuff for me to analyze, and therefore I can just keep doing that forever. And that's basically my dream, is that the technology will get good enough that I can live forever, and then I can just analyze shit for eternity, and that's all I want.
Well,
Back when I was a boy, we had My Little Pony.
I must have the most stupidest one so far then, like, if I want to be immortal, because the only reason I want to be immortal is just so I can reach the space age and just travel the stars.
Yeah, I mean, that'd
So
be great.
essentially, you want to be the Doctor in the TARDIS.
Well, no, because
The way-
I want to be more like Star Trek.
The way I assume that it's going to happen is that we're eventually probably going to leave our physical bodies, sort of like Ghost in the Shell. I don't know if any of you have seen that. But
I've
the
heard of
idea
it.
is that
I'm
basically
actually
your
planning to watch that.
consciousness would enter, or would be able to sort of be downloaded into like a chip, and you could just put that in something else. So like instead of being in your own body, you would just put your mind in a cyborg body that would not age and would live forever. So you
I
could
want to be
literally
stuck
just
into a
be
cat
anyone.
body. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a good that's a good interesting thing to think about though, because like if you were going to be copying your mind over onto a disk or something, would it actually be your mind, or would it be like a copy of your mind? Would you still retain your previous
Yeah.
experiences,
I mean-
or would you like feel like you died and then somebody else
Yeah,
is
I mean,
living that
those
was
are
exactly
those
like
are
you?
kind of questions that are addressed in Ghost in the Shell. You know, that's
So
pretty much what the
insane.
show is about. Is about, you know, exploring all those concepts. And of course, there are people's minds that just don't have a physical body anymore, where they're just existing in the cloud, so to speak, of the internet. So, yeah, there's a lot of different metaphysical stuff to go into there, but generally I'm looking forward to that, and it should happen, if we are to believe the theory of singularity, by the year 2045 or so. So I might live to see that age.
Immortality bothers me just because I've seen it done on shows to explain why it's such a terrible power. And it's
Yeah, but-
because, one, just because you're immortal doesn't mean you don't feel pain. So if you get run over, you're still going to live, but you're screwed.
But
Yeah,
just
I
don't
mean,
make
it-
that idiotic.
Those
Don't-
are all interpretations, though, and they're usually based on like some kind of magical form of immortality, whereas the kind of immortality I'm looking forward to is an actual technological thing where you would, you know, not be tied to a
Yeah.
physical form anymore and live inside the internet and just watch anime all day. And
That's why I was talking about Misfits, because the one character's immortal, and he's constantly being impaled on things.
Yeah.
Because he can't die, but he certainly feels it like he is.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time he died, he was impaled on a fence because he fell off a roof.
Ouch. So if I was going to be immortal, I would have to have my physical body. Being able to live in the internet would be awesome, but I don't
Kind of
know.
lonely.
Yeah, unless you like doing all that, like the rest of your life, like watching.
Obviously,
and
we
analyzing.
won't really know what it's going to be like until it happens, if it happens.
Yeah.
I have faith that it'll happen. I think like modern medicine can take us to a point where dying really isn't a thing we have to worry about. At least not from like natural causes.
I just wanted to happen in my lifetime. That's all I'm concerned about. I'm just like, let me not get hit by a car for long enough that this becomes a thing. Just so I can, you know, like, then I won't have to worry about things like, oh, I don't want to do the most in-depth analysis of this episode of MLP ever because that'll take me 6 months and then I won't be able to do everything else. But no, it'll be like, oh, I live forever. I don't care if it takes me 6 months to do this, like, infinitesimally small thing. I can just do whatever I want for as long as I want and take forever, and I don't have to worry about dying, and I'm not even concerned about if I'm making any money off of it because I live forever, so I don't need to worry about food and shit. I just fucking do whatever I want.
But that's nothing. If you're immortal, do you still feel hunger?
Well,
Yes.
not if you're not in a physical body
Well, of course not. But
or a robot body.
That's why I brought up the whole being hit by cars and things. If you still have your physical body, you're gonna still be human. You just can't die.
Yeah.
I would love to have a cyborg arm. I think that.
Are we talking
awesome.
Full Metal Alchemist metal arm?
Actually, no. I was
Hey,
thinking more Deus Ex.
I like Full Metal Alchemist better.
Well, yeah, but we can't. We don't have that sort of thing where we can actually use alchemy.
Automail.
Yeah, but no, she didn't use alchemy to make his arm.
Yeah, it was automail. It wasn't alchemy.
I mean, like, in that sort of universe where alchemy is used.
I love that universe. I want to live in that universe. Take me to that universe.
You'd get along very well with my other friend Sam. He's just addicted to that program.
Well,
Show.
Full Metal Alchemist was my first official anime. Just let me love it, okay?
Okay. Wait, has everyone been able
I'm
to
curious
answer?
about what you mean by your first official anime. What is an
The
official?
first time when official means that someone sat me
The other
down
ones didn't file the
and
proper paperwork.
told me to watch it. Because when I was little, I used to watch Yu Yu Hakusho, but I didn't know it was anime. I didn't know what that was. So my brother's like, "Here, watch Full Metal Alchemist, and it's an anime Japanese show. Watch it." So I knew what it was. When it's something that you're a little kid watching it, it's not as significant because you don't know where it's from or what
Yeah.
it is. You're just watching it.
How old are you?
I'm 17, but I watched a lot of old shows.
I'm just wondering because Yu Yu Hakusho was on the air in like 2001. That would have made you what?
Oh, math.
7?
Yeah, I watched Yu Yu
Ow.
Hakusho when I was 7.
Just because that's like if I think of when I was 7, I was watching Pokemon, and Yu Yu Hakusho was like much later. In
Yu Yu Hakusho was violent.
yeah, I mean it's only a 4-year difference, but I just totally feel like that was such a different part of my life when that was on. That it's like
To be honest,
Instead, I
I
was a kid, I was like, really?
But
Somebody
I watched all the other shows secretly.
Pokemon's
yeah, I
the
was
shit,
on
though.
Pokemon, basically.
of course.
Like Pokemon was what?
Pokemon was the shit, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you said it was shit. I was like, excuse me.
No, that's heresy.
I watched Hamtaro too.
Hamtaro.
Taro.
It was
Those
like
little
really
hamsters
freakishly.
were adorable.
Yeah, I kind of remember Hamtaro, but I never watched it.
And then I got super excited when Fruit Baskets and Kodacha came on one program area
Mm.
because they were good shows too.
All right, so what was the next question? Or
Wait,
I don't even know.
did everyone answer? I can't remember now.
Just
I think
go
it was
to-
Yeah.
a superhero one.
Yeah, so
yeah,
everyone
we all
got it.
answered that.
Okay, good. Okay, so the last Q&A question is, what is your favourite food? And go Soundspeed.
Favorite food?
Yes. And
Okay, that's
why?
me. Category.
That's
That's
favorite food. That
Yeah.
is actually a pretty good question because I like to eat food, but food doesn't cooperate with me. I mean, like for example, I love pizza. I love eating pizza, but pizza is not nice to me the next morning. So, I guess in overall experience, I'd have to say generally pasta, in particular like chicken Alfredo, is just.
everybody goes.
Because everyone's got that
Well, I mean,
image
it's
of
good.
that food
I
in their
really
head.
want some Alfredo now. It's like god tier pasta.
I like ramen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ramen is just I had to live off that shit for way too long. Microwave ramen. It's just
We don't have
I had the
ramen.
oil on your stove kind.
man.
So is that your answer, Soundspeed?
Yeah.
Okie dokie loki. Subtly awkward. Same for you.
I suppose I should go with a dinner food instead of a dessert because we're gonna have a really long list. I'm trying to think of all the
Say,
things
it
I
doesn't-
eat. And
It doesn't have to be like a main meal. It can be a dessert. It can be a chocolate bar. It's any sort of food. It can even be a fruit.
there's so many things I do and don't like, but I have to say the one thing I will always love, and I will fight somebody over if they take the last piece, is probably cheesecake. And I'm not kidding. I love cheesecake. I can eat about half of one by myself.
Okay, is like somebody beating somebody else up with their like computer microphone? Because what the hell is that?
That's this. My hands. I put my hands on my computer.
Ah.
I'm sorry, I keep hearing like these weird struggles.
And there he goes.
Yeah.
Is he gone?
Soundspeed.
Jesus.
Soundspeed, are you here?
Are you there?
Well, at least he already answered the question, yeah?
Yeah, that is the good thing. Oh, he's officially gone. Okay, so subtly, did you say your answer? Did you just?
No,
Yeah,
not yet.
cheesecake.
So I am a huge like pizza fanatic. Like I go out of my way to eat as much pizza as possible at as many places as possible. So I'm sort of pizza elitist even. So yeah, I love pizza, and then I also am a huge fan of macaroni and cheese. And yeah, that about
Very
answers.
experienced palate right there.
Yeah, pizza and macaroni, like that'll do me. I'm fine.
Just have like a
I
fucking.
try everything. I just food.
Outside that, I'm like just really addicted to fast food these days. So I just eat a lot of fast
McDonald's
food.
makes me sick, so.
Just
Like,
can't
not
get
as
enough.
in I don't like it, it's disgusting, as in it actually makes me physically
Yeah.
ill.
Well, probably the people you're buying it from is poisoning you.
No, any McDonald's I ever go to make me sick unless it's the smoothies, the coffee, or the milkshakes.
I love the McDonald's milkshakes.
Oh, McFlurries are the bomb though.
Oh yes, McFlurries.
Getting distracted by food.
I don't get how they. You know when they like they do your Coke, like when they pour your Coke out, you might call it soda. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, how does it? Why does it taste so different to the bottle brand?
I don't know, man.
Because it's been sitting there for a while, probably.
But it's not flattened though. It's not like it hasn't got any fizz anymore. It's just so nice. That addiction to McDonald's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola's good.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I can't go to McDonald's and get food anymore because they make me sick, unfortunately. Actually, I don't go to any fast food restaurant except for, like, Carl's Jr.
Carl's what?
It's a
It's
West.
something that not even Americans know.
Yeah, it's more in the West. I only saw one, and it's in the West in Oklahoma, which makes me sad.
A fast food place that not even Americans know. It must be.
It's a chain that's supposed to be off of Arby's, but nobody understands why or where it came from.
Wait, what chain are we talking about? I got lost. I was reading
Carl's
something.
Jr. It just appeared out of nowhere.
Oh no, it didn't. Carl's Jr. is Hardee's.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
literally-
but
It's literally the same store. It's just that depending on what state you're in, it has a different name.
that's weird. Because
Ugh.
the Hardee's I go to don't have the same menu as them at all.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
I'm pretty sure that Carl's Jr. is supposed to be another chain from Hardee's, but they're their own entity in a way.
I know it's like, because I know that they it's like a state by, or not even state by state, but probably city by city thing. Like my city doesn't have any Carl's Jr.'s. We only have Hardee's, and I've been to cities where they had Carl's Jr. and not Hardee's. So I think it's like a place by place thing. Sort of like we have Rallies, but some places it's called Checkers. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have a Checkers right here. It's like 2 miles away from us.
yeah, here it's called Rallies. I don't know why. When you ring, like, if you go to Rallies and you get a receipt, it says Checkers on it. So it is Checkers. They just call it Rallies here for some reason.
Weird.
I have not heard any of these fast food names.
These are all American food chains.
Yeah. Trust me, I know all the fast food chains, so...
Do you have Domino's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, the Domino's the best.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pizza Hut's everywhere. It's all,
Yeah.
that's like worldwide. There's almost as
Pizza
big
Hut
as
is the
McDonald's.
equivalent to McDonald's, but it's pizza.
What was that one movie where like it was the whole like all the corporate brands like battled it out and like it ended up being Pizza Hut that like was the last surviving brand name? I can't remember what that movie was.
I have no idea, but
Oh.
that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It
wanna
was
see
great.
this movie.
I was watching a thing about Taco Bell, and it was about like there was this movie where Taco Bell was like the top, like the only remaining fast food chain.
Oh,
And
that
then-
was that an Idiocracy? I think that...
I think it might have been, but I know in some localizations of it, instead of Taco Bell, it was Pizza Hut. So
Yeah, because that's actually a common thing in a number of movies because Taco Bell won't be in that country and they'll just switch it out for Pizza Hut.
yeah.
I don't know why Burger King and McDonald's don't just combine forces and become a super burger restaurant.
Capitalism. You got to have competition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, Burger King sucks and is worthless. So
Burger King is
Absolutely.
amazing. What are you
Burger-
saying?
Okay, I have to admit, I only like Burger King for their iced coffee. So, yeah.
I'm not big on coffee, so Burger King is basically shit on a bun that was made of shit.
I would rather go to Burger King than McDonald's.
Yeah, because Burger King
I mean,
doesn't make me sick, so it automatically.
if I can find a Burger King, because the thing is, all the Burger Kings in my town, they are horrible. They're like the most low grade, shitty, rundown Burger Kings possible. Whereas all the McDonald's are like really high class here. Like all of our McDonald's have like these super impressive designs with like this like whole 60 or I guess 60s aesthetic with like TVs and flat screens and free Wi-Fi and fucking. There's one around here that has like iPads on the tables. So our McDonald's
What is your McDonald's are trying to do?
yeah, our McDonald's are all like really nice to hang out. Like, you know, you go there to hang out and you're like, yeah, this McDonald's is fucking cool. But all our Burger Kings are just these rundown shitholes. So yeah,
It's kind
That's
of
our
like
Burger King.
Burger King is kind of like there's like in my area there's like only one, and that is extremely far away from me if I want to go have a Burger King. But I would still rather go to Burger King than McDonald's because I don't want to go to somewhere to like if I'm going to go somewhere to eat if I'm hungry because there's fucking iPads on the tables. I want to go somewhere where I can just sit down, chill out without some scrawny kid just screaming his head off.
Well, see, that's the thing. Our McDonald's around here, usually it's there's not usually like families eating there or anything. It's just like solitary people on their laptops and stuff.
Oh, that is nothing what
I
we
think
got
we
here.
can all
It's
wait.
just
How many
families.
of you like Chick-fil-A? Can we all agree that Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's good.
Chick-fil-A is fantastic. I've done a whole video analyzing all of the different chicken strips that are at all the major chains.
Sometimes I
And-
question if you just look for something to analyze.
He's
Well,
analysing
me and my
everything.
friends- See, the thing is, me and my friends, we like to go out and buy like excessive amounts of chicken strips at places. And I was like, what if we did it at everywhere, and then we compared them all, and we made a video. And so I did. And Chick-fil-A like destroyed the competition. It was like by far the best chicken strips that you could get in anywhere.
I love
So-
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they floored it.
Well, if I need anything analysed, I know where I'm sending it. I
Here,
know that.
analyze this daisy.
Like, just notice like every little disorientation in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the daisy has 5 petals, and if you look at it from a certain angle, you can see
I
that
wasn't
it appears,
serious.
it appears to have a circle around it, so I think it might actually be a satanic symbol. Clearly, it is the same daisy that was used to impale Lucifer on the stake, and he is now returned to invoke hell on Earth. So this daisy represents the impending doom of mankind.
I didn't learn anything.
Well, we just had Digibrony analyse a daisy and tell us that it belongs to Lucifer and he's going to kill us all. Well,
Imaginary daisy.
I think I missed the part where he said he was going to kill us all.
Impending doom.
yeah, you kind of get the feeling.
Chains are the portals to hell. Oh Lord, we need to
Are we
stop
done?
now before we go off the rails.
Is that where this ends?
This is where this
We've
ends.
reached that point.
Yeah, when we start talking about
We were
Satan,
supposed to end like 10 minutes ago, but then we started talking about food, and
Yeah.
when we start talking about Satan, that's when we gotta start ending the podcast.
Before we start saying things we're going to regret.
Yep. Okay. So does anyone else want to add anything before I wrap this up?
no,
Well, the Satan's Bible
because
actually really doesn't, but, you know. I'm just putting that out there because, like, if you've ever read an excerpt from the Satanist Bible, it's like kid stuff. Like, it's not. Anyway,
Talking about.
wait, what?
have you ever just been sitting down, not really doing anything, and just thought to yourself, I sure would like to read a satanic Bible?
No. Where'd you get one of them?
Actually, here's a good
I just
point.
looked
That
it
would
up
be
on
an
the internet.
interesting to read.
You know, I was hanging. We went to my family stayed in a hotel once, and they had a Book of Mormon there, like alongside the Bible. That shit was that's a picture book, by the way. The Book of Mormon is is illustrated like all the way through. That shit is ridiculous, man.
Gee, I
Oh,
wish
God.
the Bible was illustrated.
And the weird thing is, it's like really short. It's like literally the length of a children's book, like with like big text, and it's only like 50 pages and illustrated, and it's just
Well,
like
I
a straight up story. It's weird.
The lore behind it is that Joseph Smith found some like golden plates in his backyard, so I wouldn't imagine he'd be like carrying all these golden plates, and it's like going to be like 2 million pages worth of shit.
Yeah, it's
like
not
that's really
terribly
fucking
detailed.
heavy.
I think my friend like ate it. Like he ate a bunch of pages out of it.
What? But
Wait, what?
He just
Sounds
ate
like
them.
something from a Satanist
What is
Bible.
wrong with your friend?
did anyone dare him? Did anyone even
don't.
dare him to do it? Or did he just go, ah,
We
nom nom nom
drunk.
nom?
We were quite drunk. You know what? It wasn't a Book of Mormon. It was a Bible. I'm thinking of a different time. But yeah, he did eat. He did eat like a significant number of
Does he
Bible.
just eat paper?
So there was like more than one occasion where he ate a religious book.
Well,
Probably. I mean, we were drunk, so
okay, I think we
Did
should
you eat a
seriously,
religious? What?
we should seriously wrap this up now before.
yeah, it's about
I'm so
time.
lost.
Oh God. Okay, so well, this has been Monday Night Podcast, and just
Satanic
Ju-
daisies.
I'm sorry, everybody who watched this.
yeah.
Sometimes we talk about ponies. Sometimes we talk about the end of the fucking world. I mean, like,
I swear we're not high at all. We're just.
first gotta keep our fucking options open.
Yeah. Oh God.
Why don't we join the Satan fandom? I heard that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might,
Wait,
yeah.
which Satan are we talking about? Because in movies there are quite a few hot Satans. So.
I'm thinking more Dante's Satan.
Oh. Okay.
Little Satan, I used to wonder just what hell could be until you all shared its fire with me.
Oh my God, that sounds too well rehearsed.
Lots of sulfur, brimstone too. A beautiful pool of lava and blood also. Sharing torture, it's an easy feat.
And
seven
Satan
pairs
makes
make
it all complete.
You have my little
Okay.
Satan. Do you know you're all my very worst sins?
Weird tales and.
When does this end? Can we go?
Okay, this has been Monday Night Podcast. If you have any topics that you would like me to say, any Q&A questions you want me to ask, leave them in the comments section below. If you like some, please like and favourite if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time with whatever we do in this bloody podcast that seems to talk about Satan.
I regret nothing.
Soundspeed is the best pony.
Because he learns nothing. As he quotes through the whole thing. Well, goodbye, and say goodbye, everyone.
What do you?
Come on, say goodbye.
Oh,
I'm
goodbye.
not really Jewish.